We are here in Washington, D.C., and I want to introduce you to our lovely guests here. Morgana, tell us who you are.
I'm Dr. Morgana Freeman. I'm a melanoma specialist and assistant clinical professor at City of Hope.
Wonderful. And Marianne, tell us who you are.
I'm Marianne Bannister. I'm the founder and CEO of the Claire Marie Foundation. We focus on preventing and melanoma in adolescents and young adults and raising awareness of the prevalence of the disease in that age.
Great. And we are here because we want to empower patients and advocates for melanoma to take care of their own health and to give them ways and avenues of doing that, right?
Right.
So we're all going to be, I think, on some kind of program for tomorrow.
Yes,
that's sponsored by the Melanoma Research Foundation, right? And the panel that I've been asked by Morgana to speak on has to do with patient advocacy and really trying to empower people to take over their own care from the diagnosis period all the way through till they're a survivor, which is really important. What are you going to talk about tomorrow?
So I have the privilege of moderating a panel to discuss exactly that, empowering the patient voice. And I'm very pleased to be involved with the Melanoma Research Foundation in this regard. This is the 8th annual Hill Day Summit. So year after year, the MRF has encouraged melanoma survivors and caregivers to meet here in Washington, D.C., learn about the issues affecting melanoma patients and how important it is to continue to get funding for melanoma research, and then talk to their elected representatives about continuing that vital funding. And I think anytime someone has a cancer diagnosis, they're really challenged by what that means for them in terms of overcoming obstacles. So if you learn that your diagnosis lends you power and you can take that voice and use it to be a message not only for yourself but other patients, then you can carry that forward for as many people as you can, because cancer touches many people's lives. So that's really what we're hoping to accomplish here tomorrow.
And so what are you going to be talking about tomorrow?
So I'm part of a panel that's discussing advocacy for those going through diagnosis at an early age. Our daughter was diagnosed at 14 with melanoma due to hormonal changes in puberty, not related to the sun. And it was a whole different type of melanoma than we'd ever heard about as a possibility. We lost her at 17. So it's a collection of people with their experiences and what they've been through, and just for those attending, just what they can gain from it and know they're not alone. Shared experiences, shared avenues of support, things to think about preventively. We found that coming in as a parent and just as an advocate for your child, the success is in the details. And it's not so much, the one thing I tell a lot of families is you have to step away from the emotional aspect of it, because if you're upset, the doctor has a hard time talking to you. So if you can, in some way, just kind of take a step back and look at it in an analytical sense about the best way to collect data and information to treat your child, that actually will engage the physician more and will help you get the necessary information to best take care of your
Most people don't realize that young people can get melanoma.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's a real shocker to most families when they find out that their young child or
even to the medical profession, like the system failed us.
Right.
We were very proactive, but the system was not set up it wasn't as aware of the diagnosis of that age group. And in fact, we found out it's the second most common cancer in adolescents, most common diagnosed cancer in young adults under 29, and most common cause of cancer death in women 25 to 30. So it's often overlooked and ignored and considered a disease of older people.
Well, and not only that, but people, because they don't realize it can happen in young people, they a lot of times those young people, they're the ones that are starting families. They don't always have the greatest insurance because they're otherwise really healthy, right?
Right.
And so it's a vulnerable population from a lot of perspectives with respect to cancer.
Well, and at the same time, let's say when you are diagnosed, if you're 22, you're just out of college, and you're living away from your family, and you're trying to start your career, and then you have this new, how are you going to get to treatment? Reproductive rights, if you have to go through chemo, all these other interferons and all these other treatments. how do you prevent or protect your fertility, prospects for the future. I mean, there's all these different nuances that, like in Claire's case, she was an athlete, and we had the surgery, and I asked for physical therapy right away because my older daughter had an ACL tear, and I knew you've got to get right back into it. And the surgeon was kind of like, wow, that's a new perspective, because I'm not used to younger people, wanting to get back out and get engaged and go for it. And it's like, yeah. There's how do you study for an SAT exam if you have this drug treatment that's affecting your short-term memory?
Right.
So there's all the nuances that need special attention, special considerations, not greater than those at an older age, but just different, and it needs to be acknowledged in a different way.
So Morgana, what are you doing at City of Hope for protecting the fertility, the future fertility of your patients that have to have very harsh treatments? Are you doing anything in particular?
So right now I'm doing just a case-by-case patient education perspective in terms of talking to them about the possible risks that these therapies pose to their fertility, but also admittedly saying we don't have any hard evidence right now to know how birth outcomes are being affected by these therapies. So we now have adjuvant treatments that are both targeted therapy based and immune therapy based, and we know that both of these can have an impact on someone's fertility, but what we don't know is that if patients exposed to these drugs are able to have children successfully later on in life.
Right.
I think also the question of pregnancy after a melanoma diagnosis needs to be addressed, because this is a very anxiety-provoking situation, especially for young women who get diagnosed with this disease. And right now, cancer providers don't really have a good handle on that question, so it doesn't even come up in most oncologists' minds, but I'm sure it's coming up in the patient and even the parents' minds as far as what does it mean for them later on in life. I think the other thing that's important to keep in mind is thinking about cancer mutational testing. So just like people who get lung cancer that have never smoked probably have a mutation that caused that cancer, the same can be said for young patients who get melanoma. This is not someone who has likely spent most of their young life in a tanning bed or getting sunburns. It's more something that has happened in their skin that has led to that cancer, just like people who have gotten lung cancer that have never smoked. So we have to really train or retrain oncologists to start thinking critically about that particular problem, because that does end up having a prognostic impact on that cancer patient's outcome.
Right. Is there anything else, Marianne, that you want to communicate to the world about, about what's really
so
important?
much. No, I just think it's time that we wake up and realize that prevention is so much more effective. It's more cost effective. Let's just talk economics. It's just nickels and pennies to hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars in just comparison. But just in the terms of the effect on the human life and the contribution of that individual and the loss of that individual to the community. My daughter, actually right now, should be preparing to graduate college this spring, and she's not. And it's just
Heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, and there's no reason for it, because it's the most preventable of diseases. And that's the whole thing. Just get it screened, take it off. If you have an issue about it, we offer free screenings, and I had this one mother call me to say, well, I'd like to sign up, but how long does it take? Because a Saturday's a busy time. And I just wanted to say, really, you're getting this paid for free. This could save your child's life. If you have to, actually we run on time, but if you have to wait 10 minutes, it's well worth it. Right?
An ounce of prevention, it's those old axioms, right? An ounce of prevention is definitely worth a pound of
so
cure.
much more. And I think in our country we have to switch to thinking from, what is it, the statistic, and I might be wrong on this, but I think the statistics are like $8 million on prevention and something like $20 billion on treatments. I mean, we have to flip it on all cancers, but particularly melanoma, because odds are most of the time you can at least detect it. You can't
Early
detect.
detection works for melanoma.
Right.
Absolutely.
Pancreatic cancer, you can't so
It's
easily
night and
detect.
day,
Ovarian
right?
cancer,
You catch melanoma early, and it's very unlikely you're going to die from it. You catch it late, and you've got it's really like less than a 50-50 chance, no matter what you do, right?
Right.
It's a huge difference. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So I think if any messaging, that's what I would like in the forward in our country for people just to realize we don't have to change the whole system, we just have to tweak it.
Yeah, just kind of move some of the resources that have been devoted to that end stage into that more early detection and prevention arena, so that there won't be so many that you have to treat now.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's like we're very quick to take measures to prevent and screen for skin cancer and colon cancer and prostate cancer. Those are all more adult oriented ones. They forget about the young people.
Yeah.
And you're not getting screened for breast cancer at 14 or prostate cancer or colon cancer. But we need to screen them for skin because their lives are as invaluable as an adult, and we need to pay attention to
Well,
that.
the social impact to our society, right, for melanoma is much greater than the absolute number of melanomas because it hits the healthiest and younger groups of people, individuals, right?
Yeah.
But,
And we're also seeing that the number of cases continues to rise. So melanoma is now the 5th most common cancer diagnosis in the United States. That's up from 6th most common last year and 7th most common the year before that. So who knows where we will be in 5 years,
right,
in terms of how many people are actually getting diagnosed.
right.
So the problem is not going away. And as you said earlier, the role of early detection is so important because when we even think about survival estimates with early stage disease, it's 95% at 5 years with stage 1, and with stage 3, it's 60%. So that's a huge gap.
It is.
So it's really important to get that early detection and screening and surveillance built into place.
Yeah. Is there anything else, Morgana, that you think you want to tell the audience here? I don't know who the audience is, but whoever watches this video, I mean, I think it's all about what you want to communicate to the average person out in video land.
I guess what I would say is that if you have a passion or a belief or a dream, that you should chase it. And I'm sitting by two incredible women who have done exactly that. They believe in their cause and they've pursued it and they've made that passion a reality. So whether you are someone who takes care of someone with melanoma or you have been affected by it in some way directly in your life, don't let that define you, let that empower you. And think about the things that you can do to make the world and make our understanding of this disease better and make the world a better place in some way.
Hear, hear.
Yep.
I agree. And with that, we'll close for now. Thank